Hi everyone, this is Dr. Muhammad Irfan, and today we are going to talk about these four things. Number one, how to select a research topic, and then how to write the research questions, and then how to write the research objectives, and finally, daunting and frustrating, how to review a research paper. I'm going to give you the examples for every step. All right, over here is how to select a topic and how to formalize research questions and research objectives. So, for example, I have taken this from the book Research Methodology: A Step-by-Step Guide by Ranjit Kumar. All right, so this one at step one, you need to identify on which area you want to work on. For example, if you have decided you want to work on alcoholism or finance or marketing or economic development or environmental economics or energy economics or any subject of life sciences, something like that, right? Then you have to dissect it into different smaller proportions or smaller parts. So for example, you dissect this one into 6 smaller parts, right? And from these 6 smaller parts, you select one. So for example, number 4, you have dissected this alcoholism into the effect of alcoholism on family, and this will be your research topic. The heading of your research proposal, the heading of your research dissertation, the heading of your research thesis. And at step 4, you have to raise the questions by looking at your research topic. So for example, the first question is, what impact has alcoholism on market relations, or how does it affect the various aspects of children's lives, or what are the effects on the family's finances? For formulating the research objectives, you just need to rephrase these research questions into different way. For example, look at the number 1 research question, like what impact has alcoholism on marital relations. So on step 5, when you are writing research objectives, you are writing the main objective is to find out the effect of alcoholism on the family. All right. The number 1 is to ascertain the impact of alcoholism on marital relations. And then number 2 research question, how does it affect the various aspects of children's lives? And then when you write the research objectives, you just rephrase this one to determine the ways in which alcoholism affect the different aspect of children's lives. All right, so once you formulate your research questions and research objectives, then you're gonna make sure that do you have time, or can the work involved is of your interest, and do you have time available? For example, if you are going to work for 1 year for your research proposal, for your research thesis, make sure that you should be able to complete it in 1 year. Or if you have 6 months, then you make sure that you should be able to complete your dissertation in 6 months. Finally, your supervisor must have technical expertise in this area. If you do not find a research supervisor in your area, then probably you should modify your research topic. All right, and at number 7 step, you double check all these things. You double check that you are really interested in the study, that you are agree with the objectives, and you have adequate resources, and that you have the technical expertise to undertake the studies. All right, so once you select a research topic, research questions, and research objectives, then go for reviewing the literature. So for example, if I want to work on a finance topic, so for example, this is my research topic, that how anger and patience can affect stock market decisions. I can formulate research questions by looking at this topic. For example, these could be my research questions. See how anger can affect the stock market decisions, or how patience can affect the stock market decisions, and actually. So there are 2 research questions of mine, and then I can also rephrase these things into research objectives. For example, the first one is to explore the impact of anger on stock market decisions. All right. And then the second objective, I just rephrase the second research questions into this one to find the relationship between patients and stock market decisions. All right, so once I am clear about my research topic, then I will go for reviewing the literature. So once remember to what to include in your literature are these 5 must things. Aim, what are the aim of that study that you are reviewing, then data, methods, findings, and finally number 6, which is very important and could be daunting for some students, that is called research gap. All right, so I'm going to give you an example. So for example, this is my research topic, anger and patience effect on market decisions. I will go to the Google Scholar and write over here anger and stock market decisions. For example, this one, first one is my paper of interest. I'll right click it and open it. All right, so this is a paper. Now I want to bring this paper into Zotero. So I'll simply click over here on Zotero. How to use Zotero and what is the use of Zotero, please go to another video, that introduction of Zotero. It is actually a reference manager that is used for citation purpose, and it reduces a lot of your work actually. If you are a research student and if you want to do the research in your future, you must need to learn some research reference manager. You must need to learn some reference managers. All right, so I just click over here and I bring this one to my Zotero. All right, Zotero reference manager, and I downloaded the PDF and it shows over here. All right, so first of all, I have to read their abstract. So if their abstract is making sense to me, it means I'm going to review this paper. All right, so if this abstract does not relate to your study, then you can leave this paper. If the abstract is relative, is close to your study, then review this paper. So as my topic is anger and patience, the impact of anger and patience on stock market. So in Malaysia, so probably I'm gonna say Asia as well. All right. All right, you can choose for example China as well, or whatever country do you have. Okay, and then all right, so once you decide that you are going to review this paper, you will be reviewing in deep, then go to their introduction section to see why they have done this research. The introduction section explains the scope of the research and such problem. All right, and in theoretical in second section, in theoretical framework and hypothesis development, you need to review closely that what variables actually they have taken and how they have measured anger, how they have measured the other variables. For example, these are the psychological factors they have measured: anger, fear, positive mood, stress, and some social factors are also there, social interaction and herding, and they're gonna impact the investment decision finally. Okay, and then you're gonna go for the next section, which could be their data, number 3, data and methods. It explained that how they have collected the data. All right, the survey method was used to collect the response from individuals and investors in the stock market. So this is how they collected the data, and then you're gonna go for their empirical analysis. So what empirical analysis they have used. All right, for example, they used the variance inflation factors like VIF or AGFI and chi-square, something like that. So once you know the methods they have applied, then you're gonna go for their findings. These are their findings, that what they have found in this section. All right, so they have explained the table 1, table 4, 5, 6, and 7, all the tables. And finally, you're gonna go to the conclusion section, that what they have finally concluded. All right, then how to review or how to write this one? Come over here. After developing the research question, research objectives. Now you know what you are going to include in a research review. I'm going to repeat it, this one actually for some students it could be they don't know actually how to include the name of the authors. Use select Zotero, then add citation, write over here the title of the paper and then select, hit enter. So you need to put the year in the bracket and this and should be written like and the and. All right, remember when you are writing the name out of the bracket, the and should be written like this. All right, like Moeed and Hanjra in 2020, then write explored, found, examined the impact of anger on stock market decisions. All right, one tip is this, that use past indefinite tense or past tense to write the literature review section. All right, then so first step is done. For example, the aim is done. Now you're gonna work on the data, what data they have used. So you're gonna say they collect the data from 470 respondents by using this sampling technique. All right, and then data is done. Now you're gonna work on the method section. They applied VIF and logistic regression for examining the association between anger, fear, stress, positive mood. All right, with stock market decisions. I have written SMD for short. Then write about their findings. They found anger has a negative effect on SMD. Then write about conclusion. They concluded that psychological factors should be taken seriously when making stock market decisions. So the next comes the important part, which is research gap. Starts from here. However, the authors have not examined the impact of patients on SMD. All right, because they have not included the patients in their research papers, and this was an important, you think that this is an important variable. All right, then right over here, while patients can be an important variable to predict the stock market decisions. All right, therefore this study, I mean your study, write like this. Therefore this study also examine the impact of patients on stock market decision in Malaysia, China, US, UK, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, whatever your country you are working on. So this is how actually you write a literature review. And then you need to add a table that is called literature review metrics. So in that table, you have to make a few headings. All right, so in that one, you need to add authors, the aim, data, methods, findings, and conclusion. You simply need to copy and paste over here, but use shorter sentences over here. All right, rather than complete and explain sentences, use shorter sentences over here. Okay, next is reference list, the list of reference. Again, go to the Zotero and just add bibliography. Hit bibliography and it's added over here. All right, it's automatically added and it's automatically it is in APA style because I have selected APA style in the beginning. So if you are reviewing more than 10, 20 papers, you only need to hit one time, add bibliography, and it will be down there in the reference list. It's very handy. And I encourage you to learn one reference manager, either EndNote, Zotero, Mendeley, or whatever you think it's useful for you. All right, thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope that you have learned something about how to select a research topic, how to review the research, how to write the research questions, how to write the research objectives, and how to review a research paper. If you have learned something, please hit like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much for watching today's video.